Travis. Man, it's tough. So tough. I never thought I'd ever find myself in a group like this. Man. My name's Travis, and oh man, I can't say it. I can't say it out loud. Okay, here it goes. Here it goes. My name's Travis, and I have tobacco acquisition disorder. Oh, fuck, there it is. Okay. Whew. Feels so good to get it off my chest like that. I get it. Morning, everyone. It's a good damn morning. How's everyone doing today? Do any of you smoke pipes that you don't know if you like or not? That's where I'm at with this one. This is a German pipe. In fact, it's my only German pipe. I want more German pipes. For those of you that don't know, and I imagine that would be all of you, I was born in Germany. I'm an army brat, and I was born in Bremerhaven, West Germany. Well, at the time it was West Germany. Now they just call it Old Germany. But I was born in Bremerhaven, West Germany. But it just so happens that I am about 3/4 German and 1/4 Irish. My last name is not only a German last name, but it is a German word. So it pure American military coincidence that I was born in Germany. But yeah, so I'd like to have more German pipes. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, this is a company called Hanseatic. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, something like that. Hanseatic. I don't know. This was one of those like rash decisions. You go into the tobacco store to buy a tin of whatever new release just came out, and you go, oh shit, what's that right there? Before you know it, you've left with 5 tins and 2 new pipes. You know, the reason why we're here talking. So, I don't know if I like it or not. I've only smoked it once recently. I've had this pipe for years. I remember not really liking it, and then it just got kind of put in the part of your collection of the shit that you're not smoking right now for whatever reason. And it sat there for several years, but I got it out and got it all cleaned up, and I smoked it once before I cleaned it. I was like, I don't know. Part of my thing is the mouthpiece, like the stem on this thing, is giant. It feels like putting a fucking table leg in your mouth. And at the time, like, I'm a straight billiard guy. You all know that. And at the time, it's got like these giant, thick walls. It's not as heavy as it looks like it ought to be. But I was like, that's just very German to me, like just very robust and a little overbuilt from what it needs to be, kind of the whole thing. But it's comfortable in the hand, and it's a good sized bowl. So even though it wasn't like incredibly comfortable in my mouth, I was like, I want a German pipe. And at least the stores I've been at, I don't run into a lot of German pipes. There was only 2 of them at the time. There was this one, and then there was like a light blue stem version that I wasn't a huge fan of. So yeah, I'm breaking her back out and seeing what I think. So as I ramble today, because it's gonna be a fucking ramble. Strap in, boys. I'll keep you updated on what I'm thinking about this pipe. I got some Daughters in Ryan. I should have put Daughters in Ryan in here, right? Kind of fucked that one up. Delicious dirty vapor. So first things first, let's talk about the hat. I mean, I look damn sexy in it. We know that, but no, I actually wear this hat pretty regularly. It's kind of one of my chilly weather hats. I shave my head. I've shaved my head since, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old. I have a full head of hair like Elvis, but I have always shaved my head. I also have a neurological disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and as a part of that, my skin doesn't regulate cold and hot correctly. So, like, there's times that I'll be freezing cold and pouring sweat at the same time, but I'm kind of overly cold. It could be 80 degrees and I'll just get kind of a cold thing going on and be sitting there in a stocking cap and gloves, and it's 80 degrees out. It is not 80 degrees here in the PNW today. It's kind of looks like it's trying to be a beautiful day. There is some sunshine, some blue skies, but it's a windy bastard, and I think it's only 48 degrees, something like that out there. So yeah, I wear this hat a lot. I didn't just wear it for this video. And if you laugh at it, good for you. It's comfortable and it keeps my ears and the back of my neck warm. In fact, I can't recommend these hats enough. This one happens to be a Stetson, believe it or not. Goofy, right? I've actually owned several Stetsons in my life. None of them that look like this. I'm in the garage today. The wife's gone. She's at work. So we know where I could be. I don't know. I just kind of felt like being out here today. That's my second pipe of the day. I really would like to be outside, but it is way too windy to be out on the back patio. So I was like, I'll go sit in my little corner. So today I want to talk about hobbyist versus collector versus enthusiast. You know, the deep, meaningful questions in life that we spend so much time thinking about. At least I do. I think especially in this hobby, those three terms get kind of thrown around synonymously a lot. And I'm not sure that's fair. In fact, I've decided that I don't think that's fair. I think that there's a difference between a hobbyist, a collector, and an enthusiast. And I was trying to talk to my wife about this the other night. And if you want to talk about how to make a woman give you that look about, I don't give a fuck, talk to her about that. Just glazed over her face. So, it's since I've got you all to talk to, I just changed the subject and I thought I would address it here maybe. I mean, so far, kind of like it. I still don't like the mouthpiece, but kind of like it. Not kind of, I like it. Decent flavor on it. This is one of my house blends, so it's a tobacco I know very well. Smoke it regularly. When I'm thinking about a pipe, i.e. like this, not just random pipe thoughts. But when I'm wanting to like assess a pipe, think about a pipe, kind of run it through its paces, I always like kind of using, you know, some of your go-to blends. You know what it should taste like. You've smoked it enough. You've smoked it in enough different pipes. You kind of know. There's always every tobacco has kind of a spectrum depending on the pipe that you smoke it in. Sometimes maybe it'll taste a little more like this. Sometimes it's a little more like that. So over time, you kind of get to where you, Riggs, get out of here. Come on, Riggs. You kind of get to know what that tobacco should be, like at its best and at its worst. And I like to use those tobaccos for assessing a pipe. I don't think it'll ever be comfortable in my mouth. I mean, I could put a softie on it, but god damn, it would be huge. But it's also like such a thick stem, you don't even feel bad about having to clench it a little tight. There's no way I'm gonna bite through that thing. So I wanted to kind of just work this one out loud. Kind of work through the problem. Because I was trying to decide, well, am I a collector? Am I a hobbyist? Or am I an enthusiast? I mean, I'm clearly got a crazy obsession. I think we all can agree on that one. I genuinely don't know that I would consider myself a collector. Maybe a collector of tobacco, maybe, I don't know. So, I don't have a huge pipe collection. I think I've got 20, 22. It ebbs and flows. I've had more than that at times. I think I've had upwards of 40-ish pipes. They come and go. You trade them for a tin of this. You trade 2 for this pipe over here. You guys, you know how it is. You know how that shit works. Pipes come and go in our life. But I don't have a big collection. And I'm actually very happy with my collection. Now, don't get me wrong. I see a lot of pipes that I want. A lot of pipes that I want. But, I mean, let's be honest. Like, there's a lot of redheads that I want. Doesn't mean I'm ever going to get them. So there's a lot of pipes that I want, but I don't really have a burning desire to own all of them. And also, let's just be like upfront on this. I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the financial backing for that to be a reality in my life. There's been times in my life where I've made good money. But when you haven't been able to work for 2 years, and you've had to move 4 times to find doctors, and you've already had, what, 4 major surgeries in the last 14 months? Yeah, that will put your PAD into remission real fast, let me tell you, boys. So I'm not gonna sit here all big and tall and like, well, I turn down every fucking pipe I see. No, I don't have the money to buy pipes. But honestly, even when I did, I mean, I bought some, but I after I bought my Dunhills, I guess, I've only bought 1 pipe since I bought my Dunhills that I can think of. So a lot of it just, I've been happy with my collection, like genuinely and honestly. I bought my Dunhills, my last Dunhill, well, I guess it'd have to be my wedding pipe, so 3 years ago. So I've only bought 1 pipe in the last 3 years. So it's not that there aren't pipes that I wouldn't buy. I may increase my collection a little bit if I had the money. Pretty badly want a Savinelli 701. Like it's calling to me, like a sweet siren across the seas. So at some point when my life's a little more stable and money's not as scary as it is right now, I may pick up a 701. I would like to have one of those. Now, some of you boys on here, we all know who you are, have collections that are insane, like insane. A lot of us are excited to show the new pipe that we got. These boys show the new 6 pipes I just picked up. I love it. It's insane. I ask myself, if I had unlimited funds, would I have a collection as big as some of you guys on here? I don't want to mention any names, call anyone out, but we all know who these boys are that got the big collections. Every single Peterson ever made. This particular Savinelli model in every single finish that's ever been released in. Those sorts of boys. You're out there. And genuinely, I don't think I would be. As much fun as that sounds, I like the same things. Like I said, I've got 22-ish pipes in my collection right now. I actively, regularly smoke maybe 10 of them. The other ones I smoke occasionally, rarely. A couple of them I don't think I've smoked in a few years. Pipes like this. I'm trying to decide if I want to put this into the rotation. It's got a nice flavor. So my particular interest and obsession level interest with pipes apparently just doesn't, it doesn't get all jacked up about the idea of having a 250 pipe collection. I think that would be awesome. I think that sounds like a fucking museum. I would love to know someone personally that has that collection, and I could go over there and, ooh, let me see this, and ooh. But my problem is I would stand at that and just be like, well, I want to smoke all of them. I want to smoke every single one of them. And then every time I'm smoking one, all I'm thinking about is, fuck, I should have picked this one instead. That's what would happen in my brain. So I love the collections. I'm not at all talking shit. Trust me, if I sound like that I am, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be. Because I'm not talking shit. I don't mean to make fun of those guys, and at all, I'm not trying to make fun of them. I wish I personally had a good friend that had a collection like that, and I could go over there and see it. Because I don't personally want to own that collection. Even if I could, I don't think that I would. At one time, I thought about replacing basically all of my kind of active smoking pipes to Dunhills and just having, you know, a 10 to 20 pipe Dunhill collection. And even some of the weird, goofy, kind of shittier end pipes that I have, but they smoke really, really good, and I've had them for years, and they've got thousands of bowls through them. When I think about like getting rid of this Rossi billiard for a Dunhill, like that should be a no fucking brainer. But I would rather cut off my left pinky than I would get rid of that Rossi. So I like the collection that I've got right now. Again, at some point I really hope I get to add a 701 to it. I think that'd be awesome. But I don't think that I'm a collector. Now tobacco, I think there's a larger argument there. I just counted the other day, I have 75 open tins right now. All the jars that you see behind me when I'm sitting in the kitchen, all those jars are open tins. And if given a little better financial situation, I am 100% the dude that'll sit down and order 20 new tins. Just like a fucking fat kid in a candy store. Man, me and the tobacco interwebs, that's a dangerous combination. There is a big part of me that genuinely wants to try every single pipe tobacco out there. And it's more than just like, you know, my list of whatever, my top blah, 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 that I want to try. Like there's a calling. There's a part of me that's like, that sounds like garbage, but I got to try it. A lot of those 75 tins I've smoked once, maybe twice. A lot of them I smoke maybe once a year, maybe twice a year. A couple of them I specifically only smoke a couple times a year. So, yeah, me and TAD, yeah, I'll shut up. Am I a collector there? Maybe. That's questionable. That's the neighbor's dogs, not mine. They get grumpy if I go over there and strangle their dog, so sorry if it barks. I'm trying to work on talking and smoking better at the same time. There seems to be an art just in that all alone. So sorry for the dead spots, but you boys get it. Okay, so if I'm not a collector then, am I an enthusiast? Well, then I had to figure out, or think about at least, what's the difference between an enthusiast and a collector? Well, to me, an enthusiast is someone that just buys it all of it, all the pipe, all the tobacco, all the nostalgia, all the old tins. They're like collectors churned up a little bit. And again, not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, the people that take their vacations from work based on the Chicago pipe show and the Vegas pipe show, and they drag their wives to pipe shows for family vacation. I think that's an enthusiast right there. That's a legit fanboy. I love pipes. I love tobacco, just kind of in general, except for cigarettes. Fuck cigarettes. But, and I've been like that my whole life. I've kind of talked about that a little bit. I mean, since like a small child, I felt some sort of weird calling to tobacco. I think pipes are one of the purest ways for us to connect to nature through tobacco. So it's why I've been just oddly, almost genetically drawn to tobacco and pipes my whole life. So this definitely isn't just a hobby. It's definitely not a, like, whatever, I smoke a pipe here and there. It's deeper than that in me. Like, I'm sure it is for a bunch of you. I'm sure a bunch of you guys will resonate with that. Now we're getting her going again. I like when you get your tobacco. I smoke hot and fast. I'm one of those smokers, so take that for what it is. But I like when you get your tobacco hot enough, you can hear it like burning down to the next level and it kind of sizzles like, yeah, now we're fucking rolling. But I'm autistic, so I don't like have normal feelings as it is. So I don't know that I could ever fall in love with anything that deep to be classified as an enthusiast, a fanboy. I can't think of a single thing except for maybe Star Wars, but I've never even done that one. That like I would schedule vacation from a job to go to this particular event. I take vacation for hunting, Super Bowl. Those are about the only reasons I've ever taken vacation. Except for like family stuff. All right, so in my head then, now you guys kind of understand my worldview of what a collector is and what an enthusiast is. So, am I a hobbyist? Well, let's see here. I'm really drawn more to the rituals of smoking and the kind of motivation and hows and whys than I am the physical nature of it, other than tobacco. We've already addressed my TAD situation. It's severe. I'm stage 3. I clearly like to tinker. I mean, I think if you smoke a pipe, you're a fiddler, you're a tinkerer, you like to tinker with things already. But then especially if you're any sort of like craftsman in there, if you're one of the guys that are making pipes, I mean, clearly I like to blend my own tobaccos. I like to make pipe art. It's all over the wall behind me. I'm very particular about how my cabinet is set up. I think clinically you might describe it as a shrine. So I'd like to be involved. I'm one of those people that I don't do anything lightly. I don't do anything half-assed, and I don't do a lot of things. So the things that I do, I said do. Sorry. Anyways, the things that I do, I'm all in. Like, they become a part of my identity. Like, I'm that deep all in. You know, us spectrum people were kind of like that to begin with, but especially now, I'll be 46 this year. So, not old, but getting older. I'm not in my 20s and 30s. I'm not that impulsive anymore. I think about that sort of stuff when I think about, do I want to do this thing? This sounds super awesome. Do I really want to do what it takes to be good at fill in the blank, scuba diving? I'd love to, fucking love to. Absolutely, there's a part of me that wants to be in the water all day, every day. Apparently, not enough of me wants to be in the water every day because I don't do it. But I think about that, like, am I willing to do what it takes to really be all in on this? Nope. So I don't. I think in my 20s and my 30s, I forgot that step of critical thinking, and I just thought I could do it all in. You can't. Spoiler alert, you can't. Funny enough, I was explaining this in some comment section here a few days ago to someone, but YouTube has become like an interesting chapter of my personal pipe journey. It's really been an interesting, fun, unique motivation and inspiration to do more pipey things. I find myself like wanting to make sure my pipe cabinet is looking nice and freshly dusted before you show it off on camera. Make sure my pipes are clean before I'm showing them off. Things like that. And not in like I'm trying to show you guys a life I don't really live. No, I'm autistic with OCD. Like, I keep things pretty neat and tidy. Everything has its place. I'm very orderly. Things go here. That's where they stay until I decide to change the system. And I don't like changing systems very often. So it's been fun having this kind of new reason to be excited about the hobby. Like I kind of said in my very first video, one of my big motivations for making videos was just, I don't have an outlet for this. I've got all of this like pent up passion, and passion is only worth anything if you have someone to share it with. If you don't have anyone to share something with, then passion can't live. It just is an idea. And I wanted to let my passion live and to live my passion, to get a little hippie about it. And because of that, I've really found kind of a new fun chapter of my pipe journey. It's been fun having a reason to be creative again. To have a reason to really take pride in my hobby and my passion. mean, clearly I don't edit, I'm recording this on my phone. I make sure the beginning and the end looks half decent and it gets sent out. Like I'm always gonna be like that probably, just kind of a one take, first take type person. But I think even just doing this, just sitting here sharing, that's creative. It takes a creative part of your brain to do that. And so this has been a lot of fun, and it's really helped me see my personal collection. There I go, using the word. My personal collection and just the hobby in general with a new perspective and new eyes. And that's been fun and interesting, and I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So thank you for everyone that's watching, that's still watching this rambling ass video go on and on. Thank you, I appreciate it, because I'm surprised how much I'm getting out of it personally and psychologically. It's been a really fun thing, and something I hope to keep doing. So all of this rambling bullshit is to get to the point of, I'm gonna call myself a hobbyist. I think I am genuinely, sincerely, firmly a pipe hobbyist. What do you guys think of my definitions? Did I sum them up reasonably and rationally? Is that fair? Are those fair categories, fair buckets to put people in? You're an enthusiast, you're a collector, or you're a hobbyist. I don't know, sounds like a fun conversation though. It's been a fun conversation for me so far. I have no idea how long this has been going, probably way too fucking long, so thank you if you're still here. I gotta tell you, this German table leg of a pipe, actually a pretty good smoker. I think if I wasn't talking and was focused a little more on my cadence, it would have been a real nice bowl. I mean, it's been a good bowl, but you know what I mean. Well, I guess with that, I've taken up enough of your time. If you're still watching, I genuinely appreciate you. I hope you all have a good weekend. Maybe you'll see me again, maybe you won't. I don't know. It's already my third video this week. So who knows? But yeah, chin up, cheers, and happy pop. I fucked that all up, didn't I? Chin up, cheers, and happy piping, boys and girls.